Hi everyone, my name is Sam Leach, and the person filming this video is my partner in this project. His name is Brian Kiesler, and we work together on this IOT project, which stands for Internet of Things, and we did it for instrumentation at UNC Charlotte. And the main goal of the IoT project for this semester was to just basically make a project with two different particle photons, which is a chip that's similar to Arduino. And we wanted to use the photons to create something innovative, something that hasn't necessarily been done before, and also something that allows the photons to communicate with each other. And this two-way communication and the innovation, we just started brainstorming about things that we needed. And one thing that we decided we needed was a dog bowl that alerted us when it needs to be filled. Because I don't know about you, but having to check a dog bowl like 3 to 4 times a day is very tough. And so for us, we wanted to have one that just sent us a text message that allowed us to really always know when our dog is hungry, right? So we don't have to go and check it. It just speeds things up for us. So how we did that is we created 2 different scales. One scale for the dog bowl and another scale for the dog food, as you can see right here. And each scale has a 3D printed case on it, and we modeled the 3D printed case in Korea, and then we 3D printed it, obviously. And under the 3D printed case is the actual internals of the scales, and you can see plenty of pictures of that on the actual Hackster website. And there'll be a link in the description of the video for the Hackster website if you guys are watching just on YouTube. But the scale is basically made of a load cell, a piece of plywood for the actual measurement thing to be on, and a metal housing that holds everything, including the photon, the breadboard, the power source, and all the wires and all that good stuff. So, making the hardware is pretty easy, but the main challenge of this project was definitely the coding. We had to code the photon to where it took the scale measurement and allowed it to be transferred into usable data. And once we transmitted it into usable data, we had to have this photon and the photon for the dog food be two-way communication compatible. So what that means is this photon had to know if the dog food in the box was actually out or not, and we also had to know if this dog food bowl was empty. So getting that communication between the two was tough. But once we figured it out, the last thing we had to do was figure out how to get the text message to be sent to our phones. So how we did that was a service called IFTTT, and it stands for if this, then that. And this service allowed us to take the photon's readings and convert that into a text message and trigger a text message on the website that was sent to our phone. So for example, if I take this dog food bowl right here, and I lift it up, and let's say we don't have a dog with us, but I'm just going to dump it in here. So let's say the dog just ate all the food, right? The food's gone. And since there's no more food on the scale, the particle should theoretically be able to say, wait a second, there's no more food on this scale. So now the particle is going to be sending a message to that photon over there, and since that photon says that the scale is full, that means that this one right here is going to send a message to IFTT saying feed me. And it's just going to say feed me, it's just going to say the dog bowl is empty. And when it says the dog bowl is empty, then it sends a text message to the phone right here. And as you can see on the phone right here, if you can bring the camera up real quick, it says feed me right there. And it actually works in theory, it'll just send you one text message. And so now this bowl's empty, and we can take this right here, and let's say your dog just runs through food, it eats a lot in a day. So then, boom, all your food's gone. So now both the scales have no measurement on them. So now the photon is going to communicate with the photon here, and they're both going to say, hey, we're both empty. And if we're both empty, that means that we need to send a message to IFTT that says, buy more food. And this message is going to come through the phone right here, and it's just going to say, buy more food. And sometimes the message takes a little bit, but in a minute or two, it should say, buy more food, and we can cut to a clip where it says, buy more food. I'll put a picture in right here. And that's more or less it. I mean, it's been a really, really interesting project. I can speak for Brian and myself when I say it's been very challenging, but also very rewarding. And we are going to use this for sure in real life after this project. So thank you for listening to me ramble a little bit about my project, and I'll catch you guys later.